Alright, yo, what's good? It's your boy D the Guy, and I'm back with part 3 of What If Deku Had Sans Powers. Now, now. Last we left off. Uh, yeah, Deku realized where, Char lived, and, after the entrance exams and all that, and, facepalm, he's like, nah. And, he said, man, today, this is going to be a bad time. He's going to have a very bad time, man. You already know. So, all right, the next day. Well, actually, no, I forgot. I completely forgot. Not the next day, but the next 10 days or so. Uh, Inko coming to Deku. Because Deku in his he's actually in the living room just taking a nap on the sofa. He's like, and for some reason he has a bottle of ketchup on the floor. It's halfway empty, so yeah. Inko was wondering where all the ketchup went. And so there's your answer there. And yes, Deku, and I'm just gonna say this: Deku has a in his closet. He has like 3 bottles of ketchup. Like he stashed away just in case. So, oh yeah. Inko show has to wake him up first, and yeah, she showed the note to Deku. Deku, opens it and stuff, and it's All Might. All Might was like, hello, hello, young Midoriya. Congratulations, you passed, and you got the high. Yeah, you did rather good. I ain't gonna say you got the high score, but he got rather good. So, congrats and welcome to Your Hero Academia. And Deku's like, all right, yeah. And then, he goes outside, breathes in a little bit, and then all he hears is Chara, at her house, screaming, like screaming very loudly. And all you hear is her saying, yes! And then, as soon as Deku heard that, he was like, oh, no. Oh, no, that's not what I want to hear. That's not what I want to hear after I make it into a UA. Oh, man. I was hoping she failed, but, guess I can't get rid of her. And he just looks forward. And he's like, and he just nods and he just shakes his head a little bit. And I'm wondering if he just broke the fourth wall there. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. I'll let you decide that. So yeah, after that, first day of UA, Sans, wakes up. He's about to go outside. Until, he noticed someone with red eyes and a very megalomaniac grin yet again. And he's like, oh, God. All right, time to take a shortcut. But Chara stopped him. She was like, wait, wait. And Sans like, I'm going to regret this. I'm going to regret this. I'm going to regret this. Hey, Chara, how's it? How's it hanging? And she's like, just hanging around. And Deku kind of he's like, and I thought I made crappy jokes. I had to knock off with them crappy jokes. I had to stop with them crappy jokes a good bit. My jokes are comedy. Hers are just, ugh. And I'm sorry you don't hear many jokes. I'm not good at them. So, yeah, that's just a little tangent there. I'm sorry. I'm not good at the jokes. I can't make cringy jokes on the fly like that. I'm just that bad at it. But hey, if you got a bone to pick with them bad jokes, then I guess it's you. Oh my God. You see, I'm not good with the jokes. I'm not good with the jokes. I'm sorry. So yeah. Anyway, after that travesty, uh, Charles just wanted to walk to school with Sans, and Sans was like, well, I was about to go take a shortcut. But Charles was like, no, stop being lazy, walk like normal. And Sans really, he was like, uh, you're gonna, you're gonna kill me one day. And Charles, she grinned, she's like, I'm pretty sure I already did. And Deku was like, not what I meant, not what I meant. And so they walked to school. Deku begrudgingly, he's like, exercise. He's like, exercise. He's like, nah, man. Now I'm all bothered. He's not even hot. He's just bothered. He's just like, I'm all bothered now. Thanks to Char. Alright, whatever. Just hope we're not in the same class. And yeah. They're both in class 1A. And when Deku realized that, he looked forward. He looked forward again. And Chara looked at him. And she asked, what is he doing? And Sans was like, nothing. And then all Sans said was, really? In the same classroom. Really? So, I'm like, yes, in the same classroom, bruh. And Sans like, I don't want it. I don't want it. Oh, God, let's just get this shit over with. And Sans, he is not having a good time. But I am. So the first thing he noticed when they walked in, and by the way, as soon as he opened the door, she was like a magnet, in the opposite sides, and just attached to him. And she's like, and Deku's like, no, not this again. Chara is just like, well, you can't do anything about it. And, Sans, and Deku was like, just stop. And, and he sees Bakugo, sitting, like a prick, like how he usually does. And Ida's telling him, you shouldn't put your foot under school properly like that. They pay good money for us and stuff like that. And, Bakugo's like, oh my God, you got a broom stuck up your ass. What the hell is wrong with you? And what school did you come from? And, and Ida was like, I came from this private school or whatever. And Bakugo's like, oh, so you think you go to private school? You think you're better than me? I'll still kick your ass. And, I mean, it's true, but, Ida was like, oh, how dare you? And, when they noticed Deku, Bakugo was like, because, no lie, I completely forgot their relationship, so I'm gonna have to look back on that. But anyway, he had an indifference, and, yeah, when Ida walked up to, Deku, he, noticed that Chara was just attached, and, he's like, well, I knew, I didn't know there was an extra part to the test, and you were clearly like the better student. Deku was like, yeah. To each own, I guess. Yes. I guess. And then, alright, yeah. And then Deku said, while Ida was saying all that, Deku said, for a guy with glasses, you're not that smart, are you? And, just trying to get a rise out of Ida, but Ida was like, yeah, I'm rather smart. I came from this good. And he's like, you snob, whatever. And, Deku just sits down, and while he's walking, he notices Aizawa, and he looks at Aizawa, and Chara's just there. Chara looks at him too, and they just look at each other, and they just look at each other. It's like, And so they sit back down, and they just waiting for them to shut up. And, Aizawa, he gets up, and he's like, all right, shut the fuck up. Y'all been talking for over, 10 minutes. It took y'all, 5 minutes to shut up or whatever. Shit. I'm trying to get some shut eye, but whatever. And Aizawa, he's like, all right, man, I ain't playing no games. All right, get your gym uniforms. We're going the fuck outside. And Ida and Ochako was like, what about orientation? And and Aizawa was like, what about orientation? Y'all are heroes. Y'all don't need no orientation crap. I'm putting y'all to the test right now, ASAP. So y'all better get out there before you get expelled. And there was like, and Deku was like, whoa. And Deku, he's like, and Deku already, he already left the room. He's like, whatever. And, as I was like, see if like that guy, see like him, better get stepping. And so they're all starting to change and whatnot. And they notice that Deku is rather frail, rather skinny, on the skinny side. How skinny is he? Hell, he's as skinny as he was before the 10 months of training with One For All. Hell, he's probably a little skinnier than that. That's how skinny he is. That's how scrawny he looks. I mean, he has like somewhat of a toned body, but it's still, he looks like he can break easily, which he can if you hit him. That's if you hit him. So, Kirishima was like, you should probably work out for your body more. It's like, I mean, I don't want to work, bro. I'm too lazy. I don't want to work my body to the bone. It's be too much of a trouble, Be too much trouble. And then, they was like, huh. And so, they go outside. Everybody just, Deku just cracking his knuckles. He's like, And so, what happens is the test. The jump, Deku doesn't really do too well on that one. He doesn't do too well. I'd say he does like middle. Like he's not the best when it comes to jumping, but he ain't the worst by far. But he's pretty bad. It's pretty bad actually. He's in like the lower level for the jumping. When it comes to the side steps, he's number one because if you played Undertale, Sans is good with the side to side. Dodging all them damn attacks no matter what you do. Alright, and the running. Now with the running, there's two ways I could do it. I could put him dead last, or I could put him first. He could just he could straight up teleport. So, I mean, but the real question is he gonna try? And the answer to that question is, he's gonna teleport. Because Kara just wanted him to. And Sans, Deku Sans, Sanku? But yeah, Deku, he just did it because he knew, once again, if he didn't, Char wouldn't shut the hell up about it. So he's like, fuck it. So yeah, Char is an annoying piece of shit in this. What the hell? She's annoying. She is so annoying, but it's like in an endearing way, but that's not how Deku sees it. He just finds it straight up downright annoying. And Deku is in his mind, he's like, well, at least she's not killing everyone, so I guess. And, after all that, he teleports the race, and he gets like 1 second, and they're like, whoa. And they do the strength test. Sans gets dead last. Deku gets dead last. And, yeah, all there's left is the ball throw. And, let's see how. Oh, and if you're wondering, and if you're curious about where Char is in the list, she don't do good in the strength test. She does okay, but she's nowhere near the top, but she's not at the bottom where Deku is. She's like slightly like in like below the middle. Like whoever's in the middle, she's like below them. So yeah. When it comes to speed, she's rather fast, slower. She's definitely slower than Ida, but she's faster than almost everyone else. She's slower than Bakugo too, slightly slower than Bakugo, but that's just because yeah. And I said the strength one, right? On the sides, she does decent in that too. The ball throw, she doesn't do that good. She doesn't do that good in the ball throw. She uses her quirk and all that, which again I completely forgot what her quirk is. I completely forgot what I named her quirk or what I made her quirk actually. Uh, I'll remember it later. But anyway, so yeah, it's Deku's turn to do the ball throw, and when Deku throws it, like he throws it, and Aizawa was like, "Use your quirk," and because it went like what 20 meters barely, so he's like, "You should probably use your quirk," and and Deku's like, "Oh yeah." So he just summons a Gaster Blaster, a regular size one, which is still rather big. And he just throws the ball and he made the Gaster Blaster shoot it. And how far does it go? It goes all the way and it's in the stratosphere. So yeah, infinity. Chocolate gets infinity, so he does decently well. He doesn't do the best, but he does decently well. So after all that, Aizawa says, "All right." And for the ones who getting expelled, well, let's see. Let's expel. You know what? I know exactly what I'm gonna do. We're gonna expel. I'm gonna expel Mineta. We're definitely gonna expel Mineta, and we might expel someone else. You know what? No. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna expel Invisible Girl because she's practically irrelevant in the story anyway because she's invisible. So yeah, Invisible Girl and Mineta are out of here. And by out of here, I mean they're at another school or doing something else. Like, when Aizawa expels, classes, he just sends them somewhere else. Like, he doesn't, he expels them from his class, but not, from the school or whatever. So they're still gonna be around, but, yeah. And who's going to replace these two? Well. I'll let y'all decide on that. Wow, what the hell am I saying? Let y'all decide. Already know most people are going to say Shinso, so I might as well say Shinso, right? So yeah, Shinso is going to be, is going to be in class 1A, but not yet. He's going to be there after. And what I mean by after, I mean after everything happens. So after the tournament and all of that. I don't know when exactly, but it's going to be after the tournament. So he's not going to just, go win the class. And who's going to be the next person? I do not know for sure, but it has to be a female to replace, So I don't know. Y'all can think of y'all got that one. All right. Because I know y'all would have won Shinso because I expelled one, so y'all would want Shinso. So y'all pick a female, and hopefully y'all pick one that I actually know. Hope y'all don't pick no obscure one. Just pick one let's get the one that has the disassemble quirk or whatever. Like she can disassemble herself. Like I don't know much about her. So, all right, yeah. And after, and after all that, and then, Deku just, they go to class and all that, and they go through the classes and all that, and they just wait until the next day. School class is over, and they just wait until the next day, and Deku just wants to go home, but this time he's basically trying his damnedest to make sure Chara doesn't like try to like it. So he tried to take a shortcut as fast as he could, but Chara got him. So yeah, like Ochako and Ida, they was like, they tried to catch up with him, and Deku's like, well, might as well, just take the stupid subway. And Charles like, yay! And then Sans was like, yeah, Sans is not, he's having a very bad time, but trust me when I say it's gonna turn around. No time soon, but it's gonna turn around eventually. You're just gonna have to wait for that one. But yeah. After that, Chara mentions after Ochako and Ito go to separate ways. There, Sans and Sans, freaking Deku and Chara, they're walking. They're just walking to their houses, and Chara mentions something. So, and Chara was like, "So Deku, you've been having some nightmares?" And Deku just kind of paused, and he's like, "What are you talking about?" Because Chara said, "Well, I've been having dreams, or I guess nightmares, about another version of me. Well, not really another version of me, but another person. I don't know what's their name. I think their name is something like Risk or Frisk, or something like that." And Hans was like, "Huh. So, what do you think that's about?" And Charles was like, "I don't know. Maybe," and try asked if Sans had some type of dream like that. And, Deku, he was like, and it's like a dream. It's more of a nightmare than a dream. And then, because, Chara wanted to know, she was curious. She was like, "So, what did you see?" And what he saw, what Deku saw, he said, well, he saw different versions of himself, or different silhouettes that looks like him in some way, shape, and form. And one was like a shadowy figure, pure darkness. One was like a glitch, like an error. And the other ones look like him, but way more deranged, way more psychopathic, way more of a megalomaniac. And one that looks almost completely different than the rest of them, but it looked and he was like the one that was like he's not supposed to be there, but he was there anyway. So you never really know what could those be. So Charles asked Sans how long he been having nightmares, and Sans was like, "Well, I hadn't been like the last time I had a nightmare like that. Like the first time I had it, I was the gaster blasters. My gaster blasters had just appeared, but it wasn't much of anything. It was just like a shadowy figure. But the older I got and the more control of my powers I have, the more they started to multiply and they started to appear more and more. And the anger I become, I feel as if someone's trying to take over." And Char knows exactly how it feels because that's what exactly Char did to Frisk. So, and she was like, "I know what you mean." And so, after that talk, Char was like, "Well, if you wanted to talk, just let me know." And and then Deku was like, Oh, trust me, if something happened, you'll be the last person to know. And then Charles like, I doubt that, considering I live next door. And then, Deku's like, fair enough. Fair enough. And then, Char goes into the house. Deku goes in the house. And then, they hope tomorrow would be a brighter day. And Sans hoped that Char would leave him the hell alone. That's Sans last thought before he goes to sleep. And his dreams now is relatively peaceful. He meets some new people. This is more of a dream, not much of a nightmare. And he meets a shorter version of himself that's way more childish, more brighter, vibrant version of him. I think he has a paintbrush, and a version that basically looks exactly like him, but is an actual skeleton. And then there's a tall person with an orange hoodie, and I wouldn't say they're in dark silhouette. They're in silhouette, but they're like in a white silhouette. They're kind of like in a light silhouette. The only one he can see relatively well is like the OG Sans, and he's like, huh. And and Sans was like, you should probably take some rest, Sans, or whatever. Take a rest, Sans. Or should I say Deku? And then Deku was like, what? And then, he went to sleep in his sleep. Which don't make much sense, but that's whatever. Alright, and then he wakes up, he's like, oh, so that was a weird dream. And today's a new day. And at that point, I'm going to leave it off right there. So, hey, I'm adding some new things here. And for those who know things about Sans, y'all could kind of have a feeling where I'm going with this. I don't know exactly where I'm going with this myself, but I bet y'all do. So, oh, hey. Alright, so yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell and all that good shit. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.